I was looking at the filing to the Securities and Exchange Commission and the loss. When would you expect this company to turn profitable?
Well, look, it's important to remember, Maria, that those numbers are based on what was the longest IPO in history. So even if you take the ridiculous cost that it took us to get to this point, we are well positioned. Why are we well positioned? Because we have no debt. We're coming out of this with no debt, a platform that works really, really well, that communicates to millions of people. And then we have $200 million in the bank. We think we've added over 200,000 new retail investors. I would say there's not another company out there that has retail investors like this.
Okay.
Gullible like theirs, perhaps there isn't. Okay. I love that question from Maria Bartiromo. Oh, sorry, I should remind everyone of what the question is, because if you just listen to his answer, you'd have no idea. The question, Devin Nunes, is when will it be profitable? And he said a whole bunch of jibber jabber, but he didn't give an answer to that question, because the answer is it will never be. He said they have $200 million. Then I can confidently say that the company is worth at most, and only right now, $200 million. After that, they have nothing. They don't have a user base. They don't have any hope to actually generate one. Before we continue with the story, we depend on members to keep on going. Don't wait. Click join now on YouTube. Their the ad buys on there are an absolute joke. They're ridiculous. They're never going to be worth any money. That's what it is. And that $200 million isn't even going to last that long. Last year, they disclosed a $58 million net loss. They made $4 million in revenue. I could start a food truck that would generate $4 million in revenue. This must be an international social media, and I'd be the one cooking, and I could make $4 million in revenue. So look, the issue is it's not profitable. The bigger issue for Devin Nunes and Donald Trump and all the rest of them is the stock is still going down. So get ready for something that's going to become common on the program over the next few months. We're gonna take a look at Trump Media and Technology Group's stock price, which is now down to, at least when we took the screenshot, 36.47, so 36.5 bucks basically. For comparison's sake, we were making fun of the stock on Friday, and at the close of TDR on Friday, it was more than $5 more expensive for a share of the stock, which is only $5 for one share. But for Donald Trump, that's like $300 million that has evaporated over the last 3 days. So I want you all to remember that Donald Trump technically has a couple $2 billion in stock, but he can't sell it for nearly 6 months. So we're gonna be watching the stock over 6 months and see what it's actually worth once he can finally unload it on some poor dupes. What do you think, Francesca?
Just as soon as Devin Nunes' lawsuit comes through against that cow imitator of Devin Nunes' mom, who's a cow or something like this. I love this story, and yet I feel like the die was cast with truly the overvaluation that everyone said was an overvaluation. We all called it, we all saw it. It happened the exact same week that he had to pay up for overvaluating everything else that he's ever owned. We all saw it coming, but the die maybe has been cast with who? With the rubes, with the MAGA voters. People were like, wow, look, I was super successful. I better get in, like, these poor folks who still somehow think that he's a good businessman, and that is who it's for. I just think it's incredibly wonderful that Truth Social was starting at the same time that another fascist man baby was buying Twitter for $44 billion, and that those two projects never really could connect, where Donald Trump didn't even need a Truth Social. He just had to wait it out for Elon Musk to have some sort of midlife crisis that we're still waiting for him to be over with.
Yeah.
But again, I also think that they should just pivot. I think the next Nunes interview will be like, he doesn't do it for the money. It's more of a passion project, okay? Could you put a price tag on your family members? I mean, Trump has put a price tag on some of them, but
and he will sell them. He's facing a lot in judgments. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.